Good morning students, welcome to the course EST 120 Basics of Civil and Mechanical Engineering. Now I hope all of you got an idea about what ought to be studied in the subject Basics of Civil Engineering. During induction class we have already discussed about evolution and history of civil engineering. Now we can start our classes from module 1.
This is the syllabus of module 1. So in today's lecture we will discuss the topic General Introduction to Civil Engineering, relevance of civil engineering in the overall infrastructural development of the country, and responsibility of an engineer. John Smeaton is the father of civil engineering. You all know about him as we had discussed in induction class. So what is civil engineering? Civil engineering is the art of directing great sources of nature for the use and convenience of man. So we can say that civil engineers have one of the most important jobs because they build the nation or they build the world. They are also problem solvers. Unlike any other engineering, civil engineering has always provided enduring monuments and everlasting legacies. All engineering works other than from military purposes were grouped into civil engineering. Civil engineering is a professional engineering discipline that deals with analysis, design, construction and maintenance of infrastructural facilities such as buildings, bridges, dams, roads, etc. Every day in your day-to-day life, everything you come across somewhere there is civil engineering. It can be said as a composite of many specific disciplines that includes structural engineering, water supply, geotechnical engineering, surveying, etc. Next one is infrastructure. Infrastructure means a system provides comfort to the mankind. Economically, the infrastructure or the structural members allows for the production of goods and services without being part of the production process. Infrastructure deals with transportation, television network, telephone network, construction activity and agriculture activity. So next one is what are the impacts of infrastructure development of a country. So when it comes to the infrastructure development, these are the impacts. First one is healthy and comfortable housing facility. So whenever there is a development in the infrastructure, that will lead to healthy and more comfortable facilities for shelter. And second one is improvement in communication and transportation. There will be a great improvement in communication system as well as transportation, for example railways, roadways, airways, etc. Then protection from drought and flood. Yes, it protects mankind from natural disasters. And fourth, safe domestic and industrial water supply. So we usually know that water that is provided to the community is taken from natural sources. So in order to make the water fit for drinking, we have to treat the water. We can't directly take from a river or canal or stream to serve for a community. So we will have to treat it. Then safe and scientific waste disposal. And thus to create a sustainable environment, also it reduces pollutions. Then generation of electricity from nuclear, thermal, solar and wind energy is again an impact of the infrastructure development of a country. It also improves overall health, it improves standard of living, etc. So we can say that overall the infrastructural development will lead the overall growth of any nation. So these are the impact of infrastructure development of a country. Next one is impact of infrastructural development on socio-economic growth of a nation. Infrastructural development have both negative and positive impacts on environment. We can see this in detail. First one is budget allocation. Whenever a country or government plans infrastructural development project, they will have to allocate budget. So when a budget is allocated, that will lead to more development, whether it is in the agriculture side or the industrial side. Second one is employment. Whenever there is a project or development, many people will be required, right? So what happens? They will be employed. So the problems of unemployment can be resolved. Next one is a negative impact, urban growth. Whenever there is a growth in the urban area, this leads to population explosion. That is, the people from rural areas coming and settling in the urban area. So there will be a drift of population from rural areas to urban area. Next is also a negative impact, that is imbalance. That means use of infrastructural facility only by upper class leads to imbalance. Now we can look what is the role of civil engineer in infrastructural development. First one, civil engineers do the construction of residential, commercial and industrial building for both urban and rural areas. Second one is town and city planning. Town planning is the process of managing land resources. Town planning involves planning and control of the construction, growth and development of a town or city. So civil engineers play major role in planning a town or city. Then by constructing roads, railways, harbors and airports for the better mode of convenience for the people. Then construction of dams. As we all know, dams are built to provide water for human consumption, irrigation, electricity generation, etc. It also reduces the chances of flood. Providing safe water supply. I have already mentioned earlier, water that is provided for the community is taken from natural resources. So in order to make the water fit for drinking, we have to treat the water. So here also civil engineers has a major role to play. Waste management. To create a suitable, sustainable environment, we need a better waste management system. Maintenance. Apart from construction, planning, even the maintenance is done by the civil engineers. They have a role in maintaining the facilities. Then rebuilding, rehabilitation. Any structure eventually can be damaged due to structural deterioration or any other reason. There may be some need to repair or rebuild the structure. So here again, civil engineers will have a major role to play. So that's all about the today's lecture. Thank you.